Good morning, everybody. It is July 13th, 2020, and I'm on another walk, and it's very hot. I just wanted to get on here just a little bit and just talk about something. I think it's been beaten into the dirt, I guess, about all this. But again, I want to say that believing the gospel is as simple can be. You believe that Jesus came in the flesh, died, was crucified for our sins, he's buried, raised on the third day, and he's coming again. And if you believe on Jesus, if you believe that, you believe on Jesus, I'm going to say you believe on Jesus, you believe on what he's done, you put your full weight on what he's done, you don't believe about it. And I think that is the issue that's going on right now. Brothers and sisters, I had in my brain just this, I am so frustrated, actually, in a way, because I'm looking at what people are saying, and let me just say the way I see it, guys. You bait each other. You are baiting each other. I consider, when I say you, it's plural. I see both of your points. And I understand what you're saying. This is not hard for me. I don't understand. I'm really thinking that if you don't know what I'm talking about, then just, you don't have to even listen, but most of you would. Of course, I'm a very small channel, so I'm not sure if anybody's going to hear this or not, but I just felt like I need to say it again. We need to remember from whence we have come, what we have been contending for. I know that many people are saying that they are defending the gospel. Well, let me just say, from what I see, I feel like that has become defending yourself or determining to be right. And yes, I believe the gospel of grace, I do. But there's a lot of baiting going on, and I'm not saying this with pride because I've done this too. I mean, I'm kind of person that I want to be right too. I get very frustrated if people don't understand what I'm saying, but honestly, everybody, you're not listening to each other. You're not really listening to each other. If you are listening to what other people are saying that you have said you don't agree with, whatever, it's like you're listening to find a way to nitpick. Those of us that are believers, we understand that we are saved only by the merit of Jesus Christ and believing on him. That's it, period. I don't see anyone, I just don't see that. I don't see anyone that we call the grace community contradicting that. And I think, I can listen to any of you, and sometimes I'll think, oh no, it isn't that, it's this. But I know it's not that important. Everybody's coming from a different place. And Jesus showed, how did he deal with the Pharisees, and then how did he deal with the woman caught in adultery? How did he deal with the rich young man as opposed to Zacchaeus? Each person had a certain thing that was an issue. All of us are sinners at the beginning. All of us need to be saved from our sin. But with the Pharisees, Jesus was pretty harsh. I mean, he was, he he baited them, really. I mean, he really just did things on purpose just to ruffle their feathers. The woman caught in adultery, he just showed utter compassion. Man, I wish I'm out on the road now, so I can't, I'm out on the road, I'm walking, so I can't go to my Bible and show you, but I came over a verse that was in, I guess it was in Jude, maybe? I'm reading, now I'm in Revelation, so it had to be not very long ago, but he was talking about how, with some deal with compassion, and with others, you got to be a little, tougher on them. And I think that's what's happening here. And for all of us, this idea of grace has become a misnomer, I believe, because we're not dealing with each other in grace. We're constantly finding something to nitpick about. And honestly, as I've said, I see what each of you are saying. And we need to think about what the real issue is here. I mean, I'm utterly amazed at how people that are mature and should know better keep going on about this. And I may be labeled as someone who, oh, well, you're just being wishy-washy about the gospel. No, I am not. I know good and well what it is. But I also know people that believe about the gospel and they don't believe it for themselves. And I think that is what the issue is. I know you can't judge a person by their outward actions. But there's going to be something on the inside. It's like what Chelsea shared, or Chrissy. They knew that they were believers, even when they were living in a backfallen worldly state, fleshly state. Anyone who has truly believed in the gospel will give you that testimony. They will. Then there's testimonies of those that knew that, once they really got saved, they knew that it had just been a sort of a going through the motions thing. And they realized that they needed to put their trust in Jesus. And that is what we're talking about, everybody. Why can't we just see that? Because I see what you're saying, both of you. Meanwhile, the real Pharisees, or the people that are lost, are watching all this bickering and and accusing each other of unclean spirits or witchcraft. I mean, that's on both sides, guys. That's very serious. And Satan only counterfeits the real deal. Yeah, some of you have had some pretty bad experiences with Satan's counterfeit. Okay, you have. I understand that. I've been there. I'm a spiritual mutt. I've been around, and I've seen the gifts misused, but I've seen things that were real. And you've got to remember that Satan can only counterfeit what's real. He cannot come up with anything original. So you need to be very careful how you deal out judgment on those that are shown things in the spirit. And on the other hand, those that are very sensitive spiritually need to be careful in what they say publicly. I mean, there is we just need to be very careful of what we're just blowing out there. Let's show grace to each other. We talk about grace all the time. And I honestly don't believe that Jesus is going to ask us, if he asks us anything. He probably won't. But if he did ask us, at the end of it all, were you right? I don't think he's going to ask us that. Because I believe that we're dealing with brothers and sisters here. And he had some very strong things to say about how we treat each other. So we need to pray. We need to pray that the truth will be revealed, that pride will be revealed and torn down, because none of us can know our own hearts unless he shows us. And I feel like a broken record, but I felt like I needed to come on and say this some more, because it doesn't seem to be going away. Anyway, blessings on you, brothers and sisters.